Do you feel beating all over my body? Tell me how you feel when you tell me not to tell.
Hey, welcome to Vibe Check with MVP Vibe. Make sure you download the app to watch. My name is Shadia and I'm your host. I get to interview all these amazing artists you are following right here on MVP Vibe. And this week I get to interview the beautiful JC Tranquility. Welcome to the show.
Oh, it's an honor to be here. I've been praying and anticipating this interview for quite a while now, so I'm super excited.
I am so happy to have you here. Not only have we recently started a personal relationship where I've gotten to know you, which you are so incredible in so many ways, but you make incredible music, and really has been great getting to know you that I really want our viewers to get to know you as well. Mm-hmm. So happy to have you here on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So you just dropped your EP. Let's talk about that. Let them know what it's called.
No Love Lost. I just dropped it. I was actually able to drop it on my birthday, March 12th. It's my Kobe year, so I just turned 24.
Yes, love
shout
that.
out Corey. Corey was there to host it that night, so shout out to everybody who was there in the building. No Love Lost. I've actually, believe it or not, I've been working on this project for at least 3 years now. Just anticipating it. I never wanted to rush it. I'm a mom, so between working and doing all that, and then also trying to put my energy into what I love, really trying to maintain that balance. But finally getting to drop it and give my target audience and a lot of my friends and family a chance to really understand a little bit more in depth of some of the trials that I went through and stuff. It meant everything to me.
So that actually explains a lot, because the album's very personal. And it does go through, of course, it has fun songs, and then it has, moments, your song with your son. You even have your son on it, which is so cute. He sounds adorable. But then you have songs that talk about personal pain. And I guess, you said it took you 3 years.
Yeah.
It's 3 years of experience that you've put on music, which is so special. Thank you for sharing all your feelings with us. Is that how you feel about the album, that it's just very personal to you?
Yes. No Love Lost is definitely a personal type. It's more of a personal type of vibe. I try to still give it that upbeat feel, so obviously people aren't just listening to me talk about what I'm going through. So I try to provide that while making each song.
Yeah.
But within each song, it definitely has kind of bringing you through a timeline of different situations between co-parenting with my son's dad. I also talk about a few things as far as physical relationships, physical abuse, verbal abuse, some of the relationships, toxic relationships, right? Who doesn't go through that one toxic relationship? So kind of that, and then the outro of the song is Know Me No More. That one I kind of hit it off with a lot of people in our lives, I really encourage growth. In Chinese, it's actually called Kaizen, so continuous progression. And I always try to tell people how important that is, because I know how important it is for me. So you come into aspects in life where you re-meet past people, or you come across somebody and they're like, oh, I already know you, or they'll say I already know JC, and it's kind of no, if you don't know me, you do not know me no more.
I wasn't the same person an hour ago.
Yeah,
Completely different person right now. The new me.
Yeah, so that's kind of the outro. And then at the end of that song, I actually ended it with a poem. So JC Tranquility, so to say, I started out as a poet. And I would literally show up to local events and just do a cappella poetry.
Really?
Yes. I'd be
I never knew that.
Yeah. So I started performing here in San Antonio. I want to say 2018 when I owned Bubbly Boba. So my whole vision for Bubbly Boba was to be able not to provide yummy boba, but to also bring the community together as because you go to these music events and everybody's all and then that's it, everybody kind of settles out. I wanted to create an environment where people can come together, network, connect, make genuine connections. And after I started throwing all these shows, I kind of came to a point where I was man, I think I could do this. I'm pretty sure I could do this, And that's when finally I got on the mic and I just started doing poetry. Yeah, I just was a cappella, just talking to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was kind of hard, but I really...
So then what made the transition, and what type of artist do you feel like you are? Are you a pop artist? Like,
I feel like that's one of the
what
hardest
type of
questions.
music do you think that you do?
Yeah, so many people ask me that, and I don't want to put myself in a box and put myself into one genre. I would say that I would be more on like a R&B type pop artist.
Okay.
Like R&B pop would kind of be that. The transition kind of happened with starting with poetry, and then like really I've always been around music. So just being in the studio, going to studio vibes, and just kind of bopping, and then freestyling. I actually grew up. My dad would just freestyle with his homies.
I haven't heard you. Okay, so if you have not heard, we need to get a video of you freestyling. JC Tranquility is fly with the freestyles. Like, you are really, really good at it. And not only does, okay, so R&B artist, poet, freestyle rapper, business owner, and if y'all did not know, she also is a basketball player.
Yeah, that's definitely credit to my dad. He grew up playing basketball, so going to his games, it was like religious for us. Like we'd always go to his games. I was always his number one fan, like front and center, like go Dad, go.
Aww.
So and it's kind of also another language, you know. It's like you know who's a baller and who's not, you know. So when you get on the court, it's like really a stress reliever for me, because like especially being a female, I usually go and play street ball, like go to a park and stuff. So being a female, you automatically get that, like, oh, what are you finna do? Like,
yeah,
you know?
But you can finesse them.
Exactly.
And
And that's kind of how I do. Like, I'll like skip onto the court, kind of act like miss a few shots, and then game time. And
yeah, be like, let's go.
Yeah, seriously.
I love that. Okay, so you can do all those things, but can you play Connect 4?
Yes, I want to say that I could play Connect 4, but how good are you?
Oh, you want to get competitive? Yes. All right, so this is what we're going to do. Here are your questions. So our viewers can get to know you too. And these are my questions. We'll place them on our Connect 4 board, and we'll see who wins.
Awesome.
I'll let you go first.
Alrighty. Choose this one. First question. If you weren't doing music at all, what would you be doing? Oh man, I definitely, that's so hard to say, because now that I'm an artist and I've been doing music, I cannot imagine my life without music. But I think just pretty much what I do outside of music is be a mother, you know, be a mom, try to be there for my son as much as he can. I think definitely my full focus is being an entrepreneur. Bubbly boba, if you guys haven't had boba, you guys are missing out. If you haven't had my boba, you're missing out.
Missing out.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of where I would gauge it to. I do enjoy dancing. I love dancing. So I think I love expressing myself. So I think that if I didn't express myself vocally, I would probably
you would find
be in
a way.
studio.
Yeah, you would figure something out.
Probably pop lock, like get crunk or something. Like I think that's where I would be. I could totally see it.
I love it. I love that. Okay, you can go ahead and place.
So me first. Let's see.
What is one thing you fear you won't be able to do because of fame?
Because of fame. Well, I can honestly say that I'm not in this because of fame. I don't expect, you know, a lot of people have talked to me about how my Instagram looks and so forth, and not that it isn't important, you know, because of course in the social media world you want to be able to have a certain aesthetic and so forth. But for me, it's just the hardest part about fame that I think that comes with it is just not having that privacy. I'm very much of a private person, and I think just opening up to people, just even within personal relationships. I actually saw a meme the other day, and it was like it was a picture of a a Kraft mac and cheese box. And you know when you open it and you just pull off the top layer and that like little part, and it was like me trying to open up to people, like, and I was like, oh gosh, that's me, you know. So I think
love
like,
when you can connect with a meme.
right, yeah. So I think that privacy bubble for me is a little bit scary for the whole fame part, but I think that's why just using my voice and using my pain and my past to be able to try to just inspire people. That's what I'm mainly for. Like try to do it towards, you know.
Cool. Well, I love that answer.
Okay, let's go. Second question.
You are very inspiring, by the way.
Thank you. How would you describe your sound?
Just went through that.
I know, right? We just kind of said that.
Kind of R&B.
Yeah, I would just say like R&B pop.
R&B pop. Okay. All right. At what age did you start making music, and who were you listening to at the time?
Oh my goodness. So as far as I guess so one of the first times that I actually thought like, man, I should start. Well, I would say writing. I would say that I didn't start music, like I said, I was writing poetry first. The kind of backstory with like my poetry goes on is like my mom, she's like, if you know my mom, she's very energetic. She's that person who's always trying to speak positivity into people's life. But knowing what we went through at home, her and my dad had a few problems growing up, and just having to see that from the inside and then seeing how she was outside. I remember there was one time that I was actually in her closet and I found a journal, and I opened up this journal and I just started reading, and it's just like poems and just her journaling and stuff, and she was really talking about how she truly felt. And I just remember sitting in the closet like crying, honestly, because I was just like, wow, like it really touched me, because I didn't know that that's how she felt. So that's when it inspired me, like, okay, well, I could do this too, because it was so hard for me to be able to, like, because obviously we didn't really talk about those types of things, unfortunately, growing up. So being able to like write it down, that's kind of how that started for me in the poetry realm. But as far as music goes, I think around that time, I was really big on J. Cole.
Yes.
I love me some J. Cole. Yeah, so he was probably one of my top artists. Tupac was definitely, he inspired me.
Big influence.
Yes, big influence, especially how he can get so gritty, but the purpose and the influence that he tries to impose around it.
Which is also poetic.
Yes, which is
it's also poetry style.
He is a poet,
He is,
so
yeah.
he definitely inspired me, knowing that I could take that poetry and then join
For
the music
sure.
realm as well.
I love that. Yeah, and thank you for sharing. Very honest answers, and we appreciate it.
Yeah,
I don't even know, like, who's next? Is it you?
I think it's you.
It's me. All right. In the movie of your life, what song plays opening credits?
And I'm sorry. Okay,
In the movie of your life. Okay, so it's the movie of your life playing right now. And the opening song that plays.
Oh my goodness. I would probably be like, let me see. That's kind of hard. It's like, I'm always that person where somebody's like, let's play a song. Somebody requests a song, and then I would just go blank. I would probably say, oh man. I would like, honestly, I don't know why this came to mind, but that song, Pop, Lock and Drop It.
Yeah!
Like honestly, just because that's where I feel like I'm at right now, Like,
because that's what came to mind.
Yeah, like it came to mind.
I'm invested. I'm watching the movie.
Kind of like, well, really, me and my boyfriend, we just closed on our house and stuff, and that
Congratulations.
was like, thank you.
That's
That was
amazing.
like huge, He was actually just sharing with me, like, I've only been with him like 3 going on 4 years, and in that time span, he's seen me lay my head down in like 5 different places. And that's been hard for me because, just financially trying to get that spot. And then so like stability has been everything that I've been aiming for, just working. So now I'm just like, pop, like
Congratulations. It's an amazing feeling.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, let's get this next question. What's a genre of music you know a lot about? I would definitely say rap. I know a lot of rap music. I grew up with rap. My dad, little do you know, my dad's a rapper.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, you said he'd freestyle.
Yes.
Who's your top 3 favorite rappers?
My top 3 favorite rappers would definitely be J. Cole, Tupac, I kind of already said them. And then my third one, would probably have to be Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, Kendrick, gotta go right with them.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
All right.
Where are we at, Shadia? Oh, you trying to sneak up on me?
Okay, do you have any celebrity crushes?
Babe, cover your ears. I don't know.
No?
I don't think that there's like a celebrity crush that I'm like, oh my gosh, I fantasize about or anything. I would say that my first celebrity crush ever was like Channing Tatum.
Yes.
Yeah, and like Step Up, when I saw him dancing and stuff, I was
You were like, yes.
Yeah, the one where like he lifts her, I was like, oh my gosh. I'm gonna do her right now. So yeah, definitely Channing Tatum.
It's so funny.
Let me see here. Okay, which rapper would you not let date your daughter? So I'm just gonna say son. Can I do that since I have a son?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I guess it's kind of hard because let's not go there. I'll say daughter. I would say, man, it's kind of hard. Like honestly, I hope as much as even though I'm a rapper and I'm an artist, I hope that
And your dad is.
I know, my brother is.
I'm like adding on to
And then
it.
everybody who's gonna watch this is like, okay, I wouldn't mind if my son dated an artist. You know what I mean? And that's what I'd like to keep my, I guess what you could say, me as an artist rather than a rapper so far. I wouldn't mind him dating an artist, but as a rapper, like if he was like with Trippy, or like if my daughter was like with Trippy
Red?
No, that's messed up. That's like so terrible. This one caught me so good, guys.
Say it. Which is the guy?
Yeah, no, I feel like
Trippy Red.
I know, it's so terrible.
Trippy Red. She don't want him.
I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I mean he's cool, but yeah, if he was, I'd be like, and I'd come home and I'd see that, I'd just be like, what is going on? So yeah, high hopes on that side. Hopefully I'm setting the standard real high. So yeah, okay.
I love it.
Got me good.
Oh man, what is your favorite thing to do on your free time?
Family time.
Family time.
I love me some family time. I have a huge family, tons of babies. I don't want to throw my brother under the bus, but just to show like how far we've come, my older brother actually had his first daughter when he was 14. Well, he was 14 when we found out and 15 when she was born. So that was like, I was like 7 years old going to school, like, guys, I have a niece. And my teachers were just like, what? And I didn't realize growing up, like, you don't realize how, like, odd it is, So I think it was hard, but like always having babies around and stuff, it like definitely set me up to be like a mother, and
yeah.
So on my free time, like we always try to go and spend time with the family. We do lots of different activities and stuff, so that's like my number one go-to.
Yeah, I love that. That's amazing.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. What message do you have for local artists on the come up? Oh, okay, let me place this here real quick before I get... Oh, I think I won. Shadia. Shadia, I already won. We already have a winner.
You did win. I thought I was going to win over here in the corner. I was like ready to.
Oh my goodness. Oh wait, no, did I win?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Put it down there.
Yeah.
So I guess just to answer the question, which I love because before I started out as an artist and behind the mic, I started out as a fan. Like literally right when I turned 18, I would search up local music events around me and I would go by myself because my friends weren't really into that stuff. So my message for local artists would be you. We're not just in San Antonio. You have to think globally. There's a whole world of listeners. So I wouldn't try to match whatever. Don't put yourself in a box or don't try to get caught up in the wave. Really focus on who you want to be as an artist and who your target audience is, and just focus on that. Because there's a whole, like, if there's somebody in San Antonio that doesn't like you, don't worry, because there's other places, there's other countries in the world. So that'd be my main thing.
One person will like you.
Yeah, one. At least one. Hopefully aside from your mom or your dad.
You make music, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah,
You're making it because you love it.
Yes, exactly.
You want to share it. So, yeah, I love that. Okay. Is it your turn?
I think it's your turn.
It's my turn. Okay. Are you in a relationship, and do you think it changes your relationship with music?
Oh, yes. So I am in a relationship. Shout out Moses Hussein. He actually is an artist as well. That's his artist name is Moses Hussein.
Nice.
So definitely, I think with our communication skills and just because of how mature we are in our relationship, we actually met at like a business, it was like kind of like a business, what would you say? Like a business, what would you call it? I'm so sorry. Kind of like we ended up meeting at like one of those affairs. Like it's like a business fair, basically. And so we obviously both were kind of had that mindset that we wanted to do more for each other. So just going into a relationship where we already had like-minded goals and stuff. And then I got with him and then I was like, figured out he freestyles and that he raps and stuff. So him already kind of knowing the music world and also being an artist, it makes it so much easier, especially at times where I have to go to events and if I go solo and stuff. I feel like that's what makes it hard for artists to have relationships is because of that trust factor.
For sure.
So they're like, oh, like, what are you going to do while you're out there and this and that? And we don't have that problem, It's kind of like the faith and the trust is already like bonded together. So me personally, it doesn't get in the way.
That's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing when you could definitely have a relationship and have that understanding and trust. Yes. So that's amazing.
Yes. What artist would you take on tour to open up for you? Oh my goodness.
I love it.
I love
You're on
these questions.
tour.
Yes, so if I'd be on tour and I would be able to ask an artist to come open up for me, it would definitely have to be
Because it always has to be someone that you love,
who
obviously.
I love. Man, if I could get J. Cole to open up for
That'd be
me,
incredible.
that would be so crazy. Like, that would just, that would be everlasting for me. Yeah, so I think it would have to be J. Cole.
Yeah, great answer. Great answer. Okay, if you could model and be sponsored by any brand, who would your brand align with?
There's actually a brand called God's Apparel, and they have like dope clothing, but it has like, it's like Bible verses and Bible quotes and stuff like that. And they're pretty up there as far as like, they're more of a local brand. So that's something that I stand for. I'm really strong about my faith. God has gotten me through every situation that I've been. Even just being here with MVP Vibe and being here with you, like, I know that God had this in the works for me, you know? So probably them or True North. I'll rep some True North. Yeah, so I think something along those terms.
Shouts out to True North for having us here at their store.
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, coming down to the last questions. Who would you do a versus battle with? Man. Easily Diversity. So he is like a local artist.
Shout out to Diversity. You can follow him on MVP Vibe as well.
Yes, he's an ambassador for MVP Vibe, which when I saw that, I was like, that is so perfect. But I'm calling you out, Diversity, right now.
Versus battle.
Yeah.
JC Tranquility versus Diversity. I'm glad to host it.
Yeah, no, seriously. And it would be so epic. We have like our energy, like, when we get in the room together, it's kind of just like so magnetic that I know that if we like plan something out or we're going to head, I think it would be insane. And
I can see it happening.
He'd keep me on his toes because if you've heard Diversity music, he's like, da 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 da.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I can see that happening. All right, last question from me. What is one song people would be surprised that you know by heart?
Oh my goodness.
That's so fun.
I always try to think of these songs. Let me see.
Just a random song that you know by heart.
All these like lullabies are coming to my head.
Really?
Right now. Yeah, like I know every lullaby.
You're like, I know all the Coco Melons.
Yeah, I know. No, I would say any song by, I keep saying his name. Any song by J. Cole. Any song by J. Cole. I literally.
But like, we know that. But like, we would be surprised.
Okay, you'd be surprised that I know whole. This is really hard. I don't know why my mind always goes blanks when I'm thinking of songs. There's a song by A Boogie. It's a song by A Boogie. What is it called? Now I can't even think of the name. I'm sorry. I love A Boogie. So if you don't really know like anything about me, just know that if A Boogie comes on, I'm gonna be there going bar for bar with you.
Yes. Okay. Noted. All right. Last question for you.
Okay, what would you name your biggest tour? Oh my gosh.
I love that question.
Probably the Tranquility Tour.
Tranquility Tour.
I would name it the Tranquility
Perfect.
Tour.
Perfect. Tranquility Tour. Make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Y'all, JC Tranquility on Vibe Check. Thank you so much for coming through. Now, before we go, we just want to know what can we expect for the rest of 2022? Summer is coming, rest of the year.
Yes, man, it's so crazy to know that we're almost at that halfway point.
I know.
I feel like it was just New Year's. 2022 has been great so far, but honestly, you guys could look to expect so many features. I dropped my project, but I definitely want to focus on some features. I have a feature, me and Ja have something coming up. Hood Rich D, she's an amazing singer. Diversity, there's so many local features, local artists that I really am excited to work with. So those are something that you could definitely be on the lookout for.
Amazing. And make sure you follow JC Tranquility on MVP Vibe and keep up with her music, listen to all her songs, and stream her. Also want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Junior Chunk Cookies. Make sure you follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and check out juniorchunk.com. Cookies here out of San Antonio, super delish. So shouts out to Junior Chunk. And thank y'all for watching Vibe Check.
How do you feel? Beating all over my body. Tell me how you feel when you tell me not to tell nobody. Do you know how hard it is to fight?